In this clip, I will show you how to paint and draw the iconic character Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad 2, step by step. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do before I start applying my watercolour paint is to prepare the surface. If you would like to find out more information about the products I'm using in today's clip, then please check the description below. So what I'm going to do before I start painting is I'm going to put down masking tape to block out areas in the background that will be a lighter colour. So I'm going to do this by using masking tape, and I will also be using masking fluid to block out areas in the hair and the face area that will not need darker areas of paint. So I will be using masking fluid for those areas, and that will be applied first, and then I will put the masking tape on afterwards. So I started painting the background by adding a really watered down mix of burnt sienna. I then started masking up the pillars or the kind of coved area at the bottom, and what I've done there is add a watered down mixture of Payne's Grey, and then when that's dried a little, what I've done is I've sprayed that with a water spray and then blotted that with some paper towel. I'm then going to add another mixture of the watered down burnt sienna on top, and my camera stopped so you won't have seen me add in the sap green into the background, but that was the green that I used. And then I've added another mixture of burnt sienna and cadmium red hue onto the skin tone. The reason I use cadmium red hue and burnt sienna is it's a warmer skin tone. So I then went into the background area with Van Dyke Brown for the details, and I then added a mixture of Payne's Grey onto those darker areas of the skin tones. Unfortunately, there was an additional camera stoppage, so you didn't see me put the Hooker's Green Dark on top to add the darker tones on the shrubbery in the background, but that's where the darker tones have come from. I'm now going in and adding detailing to the cheekbones by adding a layer of Payne's Grey, and I'm adding Payne's Grey to the nose area to add some tonal values. I will then add a mixture of Hooker's Green and Sap Green to the irises, and then add the darker tones to the hair. I'm adding a mixture of alizarin crimson and cadmium red to the red side of the hair, and lamp black to the black side, and then a mixture again of alizarin crimson and cadmium red to the straps of the dress and the lip area. So before I start adding the colour pencil details, the first thing that I need to do is get rid of all of the masking fluid that has dried out on the painting. So I'll do that by rubbing the surface lightly with paper towel. In this section I used mainly Faber-Castell Polychromos. I will put the full list of the pencils that I used either typed into the description below or available as a downloadable PDF. Now that I'm happy with the pencils that I've layered up, I'm going to use the blending pencil to go over the top and smooth those pencils together. The reason that I'm using the blending pencil and not something like a solvent is because I found that the blending pencil works best with this particular medium. So now I'm going to add tone around the nose area, and it's really important that you look at your reference image to get an idea of where the tonal values are so you can get a realistic impression of your image. And I'm also going to add some white details at the end of the nose. I'm also going to start adding tones around the cheekbone area, build those tonal values up with a variety of browns and purpley red colours. now I'm going to add tonal values to the hair with black and dark red tones. So now I'm going to add tonal values to the blonde areas of hair by adding light greys and some pinky tones to the hair. I hope you got value from today's clip, and if you'd like to see more like this, then please click on the Famous Faces playlist for more portraits.